Do you want to sit down closer, Jonathan? You'll be able to see more easily. Down here. You want to sit down next to Jonathan, Tala? You'll be able to see. Can't see from this side. I know some of you, and I met some of you this morning, but my name's Bina, and when I was your size, I used to come to this church every week. Yeah, when I was your size. And I used to love it when someone would tell me a story before the other bit of church. So that's why I thought I'd tell you a story today. Before we start the story, we're going to light a candle. When the candle's lit, that means when it's time to listen. Okay? This means we put our listening ears on. Okay. Can you all see easily?
Yes.
Two little men had two little hats. Two little men together. Little man blue hat and little man red hat. Sharing a home together. Caring for a home together. In the corner of their room stood a little straw broom. And he used to think to himself, if only somebody could use me properly, I could clean up this house in the wink of an eye. But when it was little man blue hat's turn to clean up, he'd hold on to the broom and he'd sing his couldn't be bothered song. I couldn't be bothered, I couldn't be bothered, I couldn't be bothered at all. All through the day all I want is to play. I couldn't be bothered at all. And by the time he was done, there was still crumbs, crumbs everywhere, all over the table and under the chairs, all over the mat and under the bed, even where the little men rested their heads. And then, when it was little man Red Hat's turn to do the sweeping, he was always in too much of a hurry and he'd pick up the broom and he'd sing his swishity-swat song. Swishity-swat, swishity-swat, little man Red Hat goes this way and that. Swishity-swat, swishity-swat, little man Red Hat goes this way and that. And when he'd finished, there was an even bigger mess than before. Then one day, little man Gold Hat came to visit, and he walked into the room and he said, "Look at this mess everywhere, whatever shall we do? I think I'll clean up this mess." So little man Gold Hat took the broom and he sang his Clean It All Up song. Clean it all up, clean it all up, little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. Crumbs in a pile can make you smile. Little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. And he swept on top of the table and under the chairs and under the bed. He even swept where the little men rested their heads. Clean it all up, clean it all up. Little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. Crumbs in a pile will make you smile. Little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. Lots of crumbs today. Clean it all up, clean it all up. Did ya? Little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. Crumbs in a pile can make you smile. Little man Gold Hat can clean it all up. And when little man Gold Hat had finished the sweeping, there was a beautiful pile of crumbs in the middle of the room. And he put the broom back where it belonged in the corner of the room, and he was very, very tired and he had a sleep. And then little man Blue Hat and little man Red Hat and little man Gold Hat sat down at the table and ate currant buns and tea. And everything was as it should be. Did anyone learn anything from that story?
Yeah.
What did you learn?
I learned about sweeping.
Yeah. It doesn't take too too much effort, does it? And we can all do our little bit and keep our homes nice and tidy.
My room's all messy.
Is it?
Now, I've got a little mouse in my hand, and it tells me whose turn to snuff the candle out. Me! Might be yours.
Who else the mouse that might get snuffed?
Mum, it is... I don't know all the person's name.
Whose turn is it? You point to the mouse, so. So that means it's your turn to snuff the candle and the story's finished. Are you Gwenny or Sylvie? You're Gwenny. Thanks, Gwenny. So you get to just put that over the candle, snuff it out. Thank you. And that's the end of our story. You can go back and sit in your chairs. Thanks for listening.